All right, friends, we are in the book of Deuteronomy. We are on the last reading of the Big God Story, part one. So I'll be sending out an email to parents because we'll be celebrating. And if you finished all of these readings, you can turn in that card and celebrate with us. And so I'll be sending that out. So stay tuned for that. But we are on our last reading. We're excited. So Deuteronomy 6, 1 through 25. Let's get reading. Grab your Bible and read along with me. Love the Lord your God. These are the commands, decrees, and laws the Lord your God directed me to teach you to observe in the land that you are crossing the Jordan to possess, so that you, your children, and their children after them may fear the Lord your God as long as you live by keeping all the decrees and commands that I give you, and so that you may enjoy long life. Hear, Israel, and be careful to obey so that it may go well with you and that you may increase greatly in a land flowing with milk and honey, just as the Lord, the God of your ancestors, promised you. Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates. When the Lord your God brings you into the land he swore to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give you, a land with large, flourishing cities and you did not build, houses filled with all kinds of good things you did not provide, wells you did not dig, and vineyards you did not, and olive groves you did not plant. Then, when you eat and are satisfied, be careful that you do not forget the Lord who brought you out of Egypt and out of the land of slavery. Fear the Lord your God, serve him only, and take your oaths in his name. Do not follow other gods, the gods of the people around you. For the Lord your God, who is among you, is a jealous God, and his anger will burn against you, and he will destroy you for the fact from the face of the earth, of the land. Do not put the Lord your God to the test as you did at Massah. Be sure to keep the commands of the Lord your God and the stipulations and decrees he has given you. Do what is right and good in the Lord's sight, so that it may go well with you and you may go in and take over the good land the Lord promised on oath to your ancestors, thrusting out all the enemies before you, as the Lord said. In the future, when your son asks you, what is the meaning of the stipulations, decrees, and laws of the Lord our God has commanded you? Tell him, we were slaves of Pharaoh in Egypt, but the Lord brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. Before our eyes, the Lord sent signs and wonders, great and terrible, on Egypt and Pharaoh and his whole household. But he brought us out from there and to bring us in and give us the land he promised on oath to our ancestors. The Lord commanded us to obey all his decrees and to fear the Lord our God, so that we might always prosper and be kept alive, as is the case today. And if we are careful to obey all this law before the Lord our God, as he has commanded us, that will be our righteousness. All right, fantastic passage that really summed up and talked about all those different things we have been reading about in Exodus. And so take a look back through that. Take a look at the Comma Quick Start Guide so you can engage in this passage, those things, what was happening when this was written. Who is Moses? Who is speaking, and who are they speaking to? Observations. What do you see? TRTS. Look at the treats. Message. Put on your specs. SPECS. So you can take a closer look at what God's saying. Take time. Look at this passage and listen to it and reread it. Powerful messages about God and truths about God. And so then the application. How are you going to take what was in this passage, what we read, and apply it to your life today? All right. Thank you for tuning in. So exciting that we finished this first Bible reading card. And stay tuned for how we are going to celebrate you and your accomplishment this summer. All right. Stay tuned for tomorrow and our next Bible reading card, part 2. All right. Thanks.